I'm Simon Ditchburn. I'm the Managing Director of the Tudor Group of Companies, and this hole in the ground is about to become the Cube condominium. This is where it all starts. This 60 centimetre disc of concrete that you can see here with the rebar protruding through is actually a pile, a tube of concrete that runs 12 metres down into the ground. So that means into the ground is half the height of the entire condominium. When they're grouped together as a block of 6, as you see here, and this entire pit is filled with concrete, this can support 150 tonnes each footing. I'm 4 metres below the ground level here, below the basement level. This is actually the lift shaft. But here, where we've had to dig out more of the earth to get down to that lower level, we've exposed more of the columns. So that 60 centimetre disc I was showing you earlier is better represented here. You can actually see what's involved in that needle of column, the piling that goes down into the ground. And over here, the difference in level is where the surveyor has already been here, marked what he needs as a level, and we've actually started to cut those pilings. Once all 153 pilings have been completed, the surveyor will come round and actually cut those pilings at the level base, the same level that's required for the actual condominium itself. The next job is to create a pile capping which goes on the top, which actually binds all of these piles together. We'll have a grouping of 6 or 8 piles within that cap. It's like a drawing pin. If you can imagine the needle that's gone down into the ground and then you have the head of the drawing pin, it actually stops from being able to be pushed down into the ground. So around the footings a box is built. You can see just how big this box is, and this box will be completely filled with concrete over the top of the pilings, and in the centre of this block will be the columns that run the entire height of the condominium. This block work has got nothing to do with anything structurally. It's purely to hold the concrete when we actually pour it within this box. I'm inside one of the completed pile capping boxes here. It's much smaller in size. In this location of the building it has to support less weight. But you can see that we've started the rebar on the outside. That's the reinforcing steel that goes on the outside walls and also the floor of the capping. And basically you can see where the locking of the steel from the pile, the concrete pile below, now interlocks with the capping steel. In the centre of this will then come the steel column. That's the next footing to show you over there. We finally reached the stage of the column. The column is sitting in the centre of the pile capping and all supported with those deep piles that run 12 metres below the ground. You can see how the steel work, or the reinforcing steel, ties together with the steel of the actual capping, which then ultimately ties together with the steel work of the piling. That then runs through this column right the way up 8 floors high, supporting the entire building. I've just briefly taken you through the construction process of the footings involved in the Cube condominium. It's going to take us at least 3 months to complete all of these footings, all of those different stages right up to the columns. There's 153 of them involved in total. Now I'm pretty confident about the footing and the construction that we build. That's why we're basically putting it on the television. The next part of the series will be actually how we fill in the ground between these casings, between these cappings, and then it will be the pouring of the concrete which becomes the car park of the condominium. So we'll see you there, we'll see you next time.